We have Ben Bergquam right now. Let's throw to Ben Bergquam, who is in East Palestine, Ohio. Do we have Ben?
I'm here, Charlie. And by the way,
Ben.
we're live on social as well, so we're going to jump over to Charlie. Yep, we're here with in East Palestine with a bunch of the residents, some who took part in the class action, some who did not. But the bottom line is this community has still been abandoned by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, as we see North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, South Carolina being abandoned after the hurricane. This continues.
Well, so Ben, you're there on the ground. You're going to the Butler rally tomorrow. I believe East Palestine, when Donald Trump visited it about a year and a half ago, was the spark plug that brought his campaign really back to life. Talk more about the forgotten America of what happens in that part of the world and what people are experiencing there in East Palestine.
Well, I'll flip the camera, and I just want to give everyone here an opportunity, and you just tell me when to stop. Guys, I want to come over here. Bob, well, let me start with Bob. I was just talking to Bob. Bob, you're a business owner. You opted out. Tell us again why. Where your business is, where it's in reference to the disaster, and why you decided to opt out.
Well, we're right across the street, and we stood and watched the whole show for the past year and 9 months, whatever it was. And we were in negotiation with the railroad, and we just could never get anywhere. And we finally got, when they announced, we were in negotiation with the railroad trying to get a settlement. Well, then they announced this class action settlement, and the railroad quit talking to me. So when we found out what they were offering and the time frame, and it just looked like a sellout to me. And so we just opted out. We had no other choice.
Charlie, I want to ask the question that the folks out here, how many of you feel like the federal government has been here and had your back? Raise your hand. How many of you feel like you've been abandoned by the federal government?
Yep.
That's the answer. Lonnie, I know this is really difficult for you. I want to bring you in here again.
30 seconds here, Ben.
Okay.
My home was at ground zero. I'm roughly 1,200. I was roughly 1,200 feet from where they blew uncontrolled burn of all of those chemicals. I could not remain in my home of 30 years with my family because I have a full PTSD diagnosis from living through this. We've been neglected. Our town is so incredibly divided. And if you are taking part of this settlement and you appeal, we're seeing so much backlash. People are terrified to speak out now and terrified to appeal, which they have every legal right to in this country, in this court system, to appeal this class settlement. Everything's unbelievable to me when I'm seeing,
Gotta run.
witnessing the country.
That is forgotten America right there. But with Donald Trump, they'll be forgotten no longer.